being with children in this space, there's no teaching to do. It's them doing it. Nature brings it to them. They bring it out. It's innate in them, the curiosity, the wonderment. And if we're at least keeping that alive in a child, we've done most of our work. Our aim here is to provide a space for children to come and experience just being with nature, at one with themselves in a world where they don't get that chance very often. School is huge, it's busy, life is busy. So many children have schedules at 5, 6, 7 and older, and it only intensifies as they get older. So we're all geared towards this busyness, and we see it reflecting in some of the things that are coming out in our children, and whether it's behaviours or health issues, because there's a disconnect. And so this program was born of recognising that, and so this property in particular lends itself to every element of that we were trying to address, and that's connecting children with food. Food, kai, is our number one thing for connecting people and connecting people with the land. We grow it, we prepare it, we share it and eat it. And that in itself is even something that's lost today. So on a typical day here, the children would arrive and we would gather together and have a nice quiet time while everyone arrives, and that would be typically doing something like finger knitting or cracking macadamia nuts. We have a morning circle and break down our day.
We're going to start by feeding all our little animals, and we're going to see some new things as we go around.
And that takes generally about an hour and a half, because we have the small animals and the big animals, and that goes from bunnies to ducks and chickens to the horses and the cows.
Right, so make sure everybody's getting it, yep. That's the way.
In the afternoons we'll head out on the farm, we'll do a bit of horse riding with the children in the mornings as well, and then after lunch we will head out on the farm and do some stuff in the river maybe, and hang around with the eels. We go down and feed the eels. They're very tame, and so they come up and hang out with the children, which is just such a draw card if it's a nice hot day.
Yeah, so she doesn't mind, so she quite likes to be patted on her tummy.
Yeah, not the head.
And on her back, alright?
We go out into the forest. We've got forested bases that we use as bases for the children, and they'll do some mahi in there and clear pest weeds or plant additional plants.
Yeah, perfect.
I was drawn to education basically because there was a lack of males at that time, and I just love spending my time with kids and watching the light bulb moments and being part of that unfolding of it for them. And so I did my teaching degree as an adult. In the process of doing my final steps of my degree, came to the realisation that the children have completely detached from food, from anything that's real or living. School trips are out now, it's too complicated, and I just couldn't cope with the classroom environment. I just wanted to live on the land basically, and it's how do you find, what is it, you find your passion, and what comes from that will support you. And so I was looking for a way that could support my passion. So the first thing we did was bring classrooms of children out, classroom at a time, to the property that we were renting in Tara Road in Papamoa. Because it was a small property, we had to limit the class numbers, and that actually proved to be brilliant because everybody got a hands-on experience with everything. Picking something out of the garden, whatever it was, they all got to do it. From there, it grew. We actually had a lady come along, and she's actually a great friend still and a mentor for us back then and now, and said to us, look, why don't you do like an after-school farming program? And I just laughed, and she said, well, no, I'd send my son to it and I'd pay you, and I laughed again. But we did it, and she said, I'll find a couple of others to come with my boy, and so it was born. So we started off with an after-school program. Suddenly there was a market of people out there that we could tap into who had grown up on farms or remembered their parents' farms and wanted their children to have that experience. So we suddenly found ourselves in a situation where we're in this amazing, perfect location, but it was too small. And being a rental as well didn't help, because we knew that that would come one day, that we would have to move on, and that day did come. And so the family came back and moved into the home, and we had to move, and it was crazy. It was probably the most stressful, one of the most stressful times we've ever experienced. Physically moving a house with cows, horses, ducks, chickens, rabbits, guinea pig, the garden. So we came here on a very short-term rental, and so we began this massive campaign of trying to figure out how we could do it, could we purchase it and how we could fund it. And we ended up with someone who purchased the property, and they're just amazing. And we can continue doing what we do, which is just amazing. And part of that for us is knowing that we can live here, because it is our lifestyle. And so it's been huge, it really has.